Well, good morning. Oh, it's not 3 o'clock. It's 2:20. Anyway, I saw most of Trump's uh press conference, and I thought that he had syphilis brain. I think he's has the onset of dementia, or the only reason why I say syphilis is because I seen like other men, like they get that autism, like not autism, oh, there's another name for it, but it's like dementia. They go blind, like Bill Cosby. Um, anyway, and he is in his 70s. So can you imagine like um them getting rid of Social Security? Uh, but he didn't sound right. He didn't sound, you know, um, and like I know like a lot of it is his administration that he has around him. Uh, um, they don't like they might know how to um, do back alley like business and uh, but when it comes to what American people really need for America to be great, uh, the Republicans are way off policy. Uh, their whole policy seems like they were very they bullied like maybe Obama and his administration and his presidency, um, and had got in the habit of really coming to work and not working in Congress or the Senate. For most of the time they took vacations or they just, uh, and then they were calling, Trump, not Trump, they were calling Obama a lame duck. Well, now we get to see what a lame duck actually looks like. So, um, and like some of the things that Trump is undoing and the Republicans want to do, uh, it caused the devastation of 2008 with our stock market, the whole Wall Street thing. People camped out for like a month or so, protesting against the housing market, fell in. And, you know, we do have a Russian ship, you know, very close, uh, too close. I think they said 30 miles uh, off the land there. And he said something about, well, I'd like to, bomb them. Well, they're supposed to be your friend, you know. So you're the only one been, you and your administration is the only one that's been really messing with them. But it's really scary because he really was very. I mean, I thought like I go all over the place, but I mean, he really did. I mean, um, he didn't stay on point. Um, he didn't have any substance, and at one point, it's I think it was a guy from Fox, uh, and I thought Fox during his whole campaign to become president covered him a lot, and that Fox had, basically they sound like Trump, and I don't I don't like Fox News. I used to watch Red Eye one time, um, for a little while before they changed it over. But that was like the only thing I really messed with. And like Red Eye was like comedy, so I really don't, like watch Fox News. Um, uh, but so basically, Fox called him on, uh, the number of electoral college votes, and Trump was wrong, but he said he got it from his people. So that tells you that the people that he has around him, they might be great for conning, grandma or or somebody on disability, or somebody in with Trump's mind, said, and hurry up, that's conding, like, well, we're gonna do this fast, we gotta do this fast. They gotta do it fast before you realize that that they're robbing and stealing. So far, his policies, is to get rid of the EPA, to get rid of Medicare, Obamacare, Social Security, to go to Japan to get a loan to do high speed railing. Okay, America invented trains. There's a lot of things that one could do, where we don't have to be so fast. Where we can take baby steps, and that in hindsight, when we look back at it, it look like, oh yeah, well those baby steps ended up being, like we went a mile. You know what I'm saying? So, but his ideas is bringing us. I mean, I think it's great policies for Russia, you know, in their maybe ideas of maybe destroying our constitution, whatever. Because that's all. Russia could have been a great country if Russia wasn't like the type that looked around and like, oh well, I want what they have over here. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and plus, the great thing, Banner and with the Exxon and them finding all that billion dollars worth of oil up there that Obama stopped. So, that's part of him getting rid of some of the policies that and some of the sanctions. They all favor Russia. None of them will benefit the American people. I don't know what American people he's representing, but there was people that obviously that voted for him, and racism and hate it causes people to think so irrational, so impulsive, so vindictive, and so self-destructive. And yes, they can get worse and worse, because like once they down that path and they sort of realize, well, this is not going to work, this is not a good thing, they dig in deeper like a tick, and then they look around for a scapegoat, or you know what I'm saying, they're still trying to blame Obama, you know which is part of their sickness. What we have to do as American citizens to stop this disease, this plague of ignorance and racism, and destroying the Constitution of the United States one amendment at a time, is by voting the GOP out. I don't know. Maybe we have to come up with a third party. Maybe Black Lives Matter. You know what I'm saying? White people are not going to allow that. You know what I'm saying? They'd rather the United States fall into a deep pit. But don't worry. Nobody's going to realize it because of the sports, because of the sex. We have sex on TV, sex on that. Oh, look, she got big. Somebody wrote me a thing about a dildo. Why would a woman really want a dildo? I know the propaganda why, but when you have to deal with reality, and I see some of these women walking around 55 and 60 years old, and they can't. They're all like have problems with their hips in the middle part. They're on. It's very bad. We have a high cancer rate here. So, I mean, I don't know what you're thinking, but, and I know that is like a lot of the stuff that I find like inappropriate or whatever. A lot of people think it's appropriate. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people thought that Trump and his ideas was appropriate. Majority of the Americans did not, and do not, and find it that what they're talking about to make America great, we got to get rid of the European whites then. If we want to go back to where America was great, where it was, you know, that we had like people that were engineers, you know, where we had, you know, our schools were functioning, you know, where you know we were manufacturing our own food, you know, our own clothes and on everything. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause we had to take care of ourselves before white people invaded this land. So you know, so you know what I'm saying? Because you're not gonna get rid of everybody else in America. It's not gonna happen. White supremacist racist America. Yeah, it's simply not gonna happen. You simply won't have an America because you got Trump and his Republicans, coonies, you know, all in bed with Russia, you know, thinking they're gonna get some of that oil money. Yeah, let's just look ahead and make America a giant, you know, trash bin, cesspool of waste and pollution, so a few can get some money. They're already fixing it, so we're gonna be, you know, the billionaires that they want to get rid of our Social Security, they won't have to pay into Social Security. You know, I guess they figure they won't have to use it. You know, are they above it? You know what I'm saying? So here you are, you know, taxing the poor more, giving the rich a big tax break, right? Want to take away our Social Security, or at least make it so the rich don't have to pay into Social Security. Which, you know, now we don't have our schools, you know, that are pumping out people that are ready to hit the workforce, you know, for more than working in a fast food or convenience store. And plus, the convenience stores are all taken over by Muslims. So whatever you do to stop Muslims from coming in, and you know, like I said, that wall wasn't to stop people from coming in. Eventually, it's just going to stop us from being able to escape this madness. You know, which, you know, black folks ain't gonna go nowhere. You know where they're gonna, you know where it's gonna go, where the white people already sent their money, you know, out of the United States. So his plan basically is to leave America a big old cesspool. You know, you know, Russia was never America's friends. We have allies. You know, we have allies. That he's like. Anyway, I believe, and Pence is no better. Pence is the one that helped pick the people that, you know, that they have. Whoever they have in the administration is not doing their homework. They're not doing any investigation. And if they were sort of smart, they would be friends with the journalists, because you know, some journalists and some lawyers, because they know all about how to investigate. You know, the FBI, we might have a problem with the FBI because the FBI is acting a lot like our like a local police departments, and that means that it's riddled with racism and corruption, and for some reason that comes hand and foot. You know, and you know, I don't know how many more football or basketball games, or tennis games, or you know, whatever that people will be watching. I don't know how many long hours they're gonna be working, and then come home and look at X-rated stuff. We already know that black people are more worried about, you know, like bling bling, you know, having chains and jewelry, than they are worried about taking that money and invested in their children's future. Because let's face it, they so damn poor that, you know, if they do get money, you could see with the rap players what happens. They lose their money, and they get encouraged to buy that stuff by parasites that come in to get their shit. You know what I'm saying? We don't have a school system that are pumping out kids that are prepared for the business world, that are prepared for for the crooks and the cons like we have in the White House today. If we fix our school systems, the rest of it will fall in line. Jobs would fall in line. Everything would fall in line. A recovery would fall in line. But as the way we're standing, we don't want to fix the base problems. We want to have somebody like Trump that can't even get a news briefing, can't even take a question, doesn't even have a thought past, what he can take away or destroy. And look at it, look at his family spending all their tax money because these cons, are so busy running around being a humiliation and embarrassment to the United States of America. Vice President Pence, not a nice person. He's riddled with a mental illness close to what Trump has, but he's younger, so it's not as obvious yet. Racism and sexism. Look at Trump. This is a good opportunity. When he was on The Apprentice, y'all thought he was like a celebrity or something. Being a celebrity doesn't mean he's not insane. Being a celebrity is no reason. Let me tell you this way. He ain't no Richard Nixon.